It takes less water than you might think to keep the grass green in sweltering temperatures over 100 degrees. Water conservation efforts all across Washington County are proving fruitful since most cities adopted restrictions more than a decade ago.
Since 2000, we've reduced our per capita water use by 30%. Now, in some areas, we've done better than that. Our residential use is down significantly as compared to some of the others.
The desert heat of the summer still consumes a lot of water. That's why mandatory watering restrictions prohibit watering during the heat of the day.
And so all of our cities that we wholesale water to have time-of-day watering ordinances. Generally, it's from 8 to 8. Some modify that.
While many people may have seen watering of city parks or golf courses during these peak hours, there are important reasons why. The first is that this water comes from a secondary water system being transported in and pumped into holding ponds for treatment and recirculation.
It handles their golf courses, it handles their parks, it handles the cemetery, it handles the schools. And there are some secondary systems for residential.
The second is that the system was built before water restrictions were put into place, and because there are so many areas that use this water, it takes an entire day for the watering to be completed.
There's not enough capacity or pipelines without being able to water throughout the 24-hour cycle. So our parks and all of those facilities are watered and share that depending on which facility needs to be watered at the time. And some are being watered in the middle of the day simply because there's not a big enough system to allow them to water outside of a 24-hour cycle.
The cost to change the secondary system to larger piping would be costly.
I suspect until there's a full demand on that secondary water system, which there's not, you won't see it change. And then it could not be changed without a significant investment in capital.
But despite conservation efforts, Thompson said there will come a day when more drastic measures may need to be taken to keep the supply and demand for water in southern Utah efficient.
You know, if we wouldn't have diversified our portfolio, we had wells and springs and water treatment, look at where we would have been in the last decade when we've had one of the worst droughts in our recorded history. So, you know, all of those are part of what it takes to make a community run. So right now, this time of year, that we encourage you to water not more than 3 times a week. And that changes in the fall to 2 times, and then in the late fall, early winter, maybe not more than once a week.
The Water Conservancy District will also conduct free water audits for those wanting to learn more. In Washington County, Melissa Anderson, CEC News.